UK news now.
Oh, shit.
Actually, that was the perfect sting. UK news followed by a British man going, oh, shit, was completely the perfect sting, and I think should now be used every time we talk about the United Kingdom.
I'd like to see all BBC news bulletins just start with a newsreader going, oh, shit. That's what I'll do, actually. They already bleep out the first 6 words at the top of every hour on Radio 4. So, Nish, you are our UK, the Bugle's UK correspondent.
Yeah.
Bring us up to date with what's going on in this famous country.
Massive news, Andy. Racism is back. Now, in many ways, racism... OK, that was a bit of a worrying cheer.
Just ticket sales are ticket sale. You know.
OK. The next 3 to 5 minutes could be very awkward. Racism is like the James Bond film franchise. It's intrinsically British, it's never going to go away, and these days it's largely owned and distributed by the tech industry. So... Katie Lamb, who's a Conservative MP who some is describing as the future leader of the party and who is currently the shadow Home Office Minister, said this week there are a large number of people in this country who came here legally but in effect shouldn't have been able to do so. They will also need to go home. What that will leave is a mostly but not entirely culturally coherent group of people. So we've now just gone from the whole let's get rid of the illegal immigrants to let's just get rid of anybody like slightly darker than mid-white. Like that, we're really expanding the remit here. And there's a lot to unpack with that comment. Clearly, it's absolutely soaked in xenophobia and intrinsic prejudice. But my eye was drawn to the idea that even without immigration, Britain is a culturally coherent group of people. This is a nation of royalty and football hooliganism. This is a nation where the working man and the aristocrat are united by 2 things, tea drinking and binge drinking, where everyone from the humblest shoeshiner to the wealthiest aristocrat is united by a desire to not speak about their feelings and then get so drunk they feel the need to smash up a shop. It's a nation of sexual repression and graphic pornography. It's the nation of stiff upper lips and flares up our arse. It's the nation that produced the Beatles and Shawaddy Waddy. And it's called the United Kingdom, and it's made up of 4 countries, 3 of which absolutely f***ing hate the other one, but...
It's a bit harsh on Wales. Don't mind him myself.
Listen, the second they allowed Ellis James to be their cultural emissary, they were f***ed. In continued racism news, Sarah Pochin, who is Reform UK's MP for Runcorn and Helsby, complained that every advert now seems to feature black and Asian people as she responded to a viewer on Talk TV who had complained about the demographics of advertising. Pochin said the view was absolutely right and that it didn't reflect our society. I feel that your average white person, average white family is not represented anymore, blaming the woke liberati and the arty-farty world. First of all, just say my name, okay? If you're going to call me out, don't do it euphemistically. Now, I will say, it's not clear what this absolute imbecile is watching. Like, what channel or streaming service she has tuned into that features exclusively non-white people in all of the adverts. But I do have one question. Give me the name, I need to get on it. Because... And that's not just for my own career, that's for your benefit as well. If you put me on that network that's only screening adverts with black and Asian people, I'll have it done within the week. Now, Wes Streeting, the Health Secretary, has this morning described her comments as racist. And part of the reason we sort of tied ourselves in knots about everything is we're no longer really sure what is and isn't racist anymore, right? So, now, people are putting flags up in towns all over the United Kingdom, right? And they're saying that they're doing that out of solidarity for British culture and hostility towards immigrants that are taking over the country. And some people have said, you can't say that the flag is racist. Now, here's the thing. This is part of my guide to what is and is not racist, right? The British flag is not racist if you were looking at it during an Olympics or a World Cup. If you were looking at a British or English flag during an Olympics or a World Cup, that is not racist. If you're waving the flag because you read on a far right-wing blog that you should wave a flag to stick it to the immigrants and the Browns, that is racist. Objects can change depending on the context that surrounds them. That's why no one looks at pictures of Germany in the 1930s and says, boy, that place must have been chock full of Hindus. Listen, Hitler and Gandhi might have been swastika-toting vegetarians who had issues with the Brits, but that is where the similarities begin and end. And people keep asking, fundamentally, are these rallies that we've been seeing in London races? So last month, there was a rally where 100,000 people descended on London to protest what they called the kind of swamping of the country by immigrants and a need to assert British culture and British values. Now, people keep saying not everyone on that march was clearly racist. Here is where I land on this, right? 100,000 people, not all of them can be racist, right? However, it was a racist event, because if you're still continuing to blame immigrants for all of the ills of society that are caused by a collapsing economic model, that is not fact-based, and therefore it is quite literally a prejudice. Now, to contextualise this, a week after that rally, 100,000 people descended on Wembley Stadium to watch Oasis. Now, not all of those people can have been Oasis fans. However, when they saw Liam and Noel Gallagher stood on stage, what they could no longer do was deny that they were at an Oasis event. They can't say, no, this wasn't an Oasis event, okay? This was not an Oasis event. It was an event for people with legitimate concerns about people looking back in anger.
Which is pretty much what the Tommy Robinson march was about.
No, that was about looking forward in anger.
Look, I mean, I may have said this on the Bugle, but I think you can't say that protest was racist unless you judge it by the people who organised it, spoke at it, and the things that they said. Other than that, there's no way that you can...
This is classic wokerati nonsense.
Let's look more specifically now at the Caerphilly Senedd by-election.
Big news.
Which I know... who voted in it? Yeah, congratulations, well done. I did as well. I vote in every by-election because I give a shit, not like you lazy just letting democracy happen around you. Find a way. And it was... it went... I think it's fair to say, Addition Alice, that it didn't go particularly well for the ruling Labour Party, who'd won every election in Caerphilly for more than 100 years, but only got just over 10% of the vote. Plaid Cymru managed to beat Reform UK, and I've never known Plaid Cymru be quite so popular in England as they have this week. Lindsay Whittle, the winning candidate, he said he promised to work like a Trojan for every man, woman and child in Caerphilly. In other words, to spend 10 years fighting a losing battle, then make a really bad deal involving some horse-themed merch. So,
Andy, we hope that's what he meant. We hope he didn't. We hope he meant that Trojan and not the type of condom. Because otherwise, that means he works most of the time, but occasionally we're going to need to source a morning after MP.
Alice, I imagine the Caerphilly by-election has been huge news in Australia.
Yes, Andy, massive. It's eclipsing everything here. It's been taken as a referendum on Keir Starmer's leadership of the Labour Party. Keir Starmer, sentient Excel spreadsheet. He dreams not of a better world, but of perfectly aligned pivot tables and a society where all emotions can be logged on a risk assessment matrix. His smile is a cell that has been manually formatted to emoji : slight _ upturn. On the bright side, while, yes, a hearty rejection of Labour's slogans before Bogans approach to improving material conditions for the working man, it is also a bit of a spit in the eye for Reform. Nigel Farage pledged to throw everything at the campaign, but they came in second. And, you know, there's an upside. It feels like we are, if we're rejecting sort of large institutions, we're maybe also rejecting the up-and-coming institutions that hope to replace them. And I'm hoping, actually, that we go back to small village life, return to just voting for your 6 aunts into politics, and then eventually we can form principalities and then larger sort of nation states and start the whole thing again.
I mean, Nish, in terms of where Labour are now, a year and a quarter or so, not under a year and a half still since the election. Obviously, you know, this is a disappointing result, and time is of the essence for Labour, who are already, you know, looking ahead to the next election they might realistically win, which is in less than 19 years now. 2044 general election. They'll obviously inevitably get thrashed in 2029. That's just the way politics is now. Success is an impossibility. They'll flatline in 2034. They'll make a barely discernible micro-recovery in 2039. So they'll be targeting enough seats to form a coalition in 2044, probably according to my computer's predictions, with the newly formed Progressive Yesterday Tomorrow Party. Co-led by 102-year-old Neil Kinnock, an animatronic Labubu, Claudia Winkleman, and whoever the incumbent Doctor Who is at the time. Which could be you, actually.
Listen, I'd be happy to take down that franchise as I've taken down many others before it. Also, how has Labubu landed on your sphere of understanding? I can't be the only person who heard Andy Zaltzman say Labubu and thought, have I misheard? Where the you learn about Labubu? Labubai from?
Sorry, what was that?
Gold Labubu. Is that... Were you expecting that to be a sort of Manchurian Candidate moment? And someone in the audience be activated to assassinate me or Andy? It really felt like that was a code word and no one has been activated.
Gold
Labubu was something that everyone shouted at. I've just remembered what that is. F***ing hell, I made you look like for absolutely no reason. I'm sorry.